And so I'm super excited to make this delightful recipe with you all tonight, okay? This is my coconut ginger sea bass in parchment. And many of you know that I love cooking fish in parchment paper because it looks fancy, but it's actually probably my favorite way to do fish because it steams it. So it keeps that fish really not juicy, I hate the M word, moist. It doesn't allow it to really dry out because it's steaming and it's fantastic. So you have some more wiggle room before it dries out. You've got a couple extra minutes in case you were to overcook it, but you can cook a bunch of other things with it at the same time, which I love. So that's exactly what we're going to do tonight, but we're going to riff on it. I got tired of doing my regular salmon with spring vegetables or any veggies I could find. And so I did this coconut ginger version for my last book, The Vibrant Life. And here's what we're going to do. Is anybody, first of all, cooking along with me? I'm going to look. Anita, I'll answer your question about sea bass. We're going to talk about fish in general, actually. Because a lot of you might not know this, but most fish, when you get it, even in a really reputable place, it's already been frozen. So yes, to your question, being available year round, almost all fish, except, like crabbing season and things like that, is available year round. But we're going to get more into the details of knowing what types of fish to buy, and MSC certification, which means Marine Stewardship Council, that it means it's not being overfished, right? So that's the big thing. Are you purchasing fish that is still abundant in the seas, and will it continue to be for a long time? So eating endangered species obviously is a bummer because it messes up our ecosystem. And so halibut is one that had been on a list, I think, for a while as being in danger, and now it is not anymore. And I made sure to buy what was certified, as meaning it's been fished properly, it's not being overfished, and all of the good things, right? So we'll talk about that. But okay, so go for it today. Chrissy, look at you, new handle, you're cooking. Okay, good. So here's what we're going to do, friends. I have most of my ingredients together, but like I said, because I had been cooking a million other things today, here's what we're going to do. I'm reading the recipe along with you, but I've already measured out my sesame oil, my tamari, and my coconut milk, okay? So those are the three main liquids we're using for the marinade, which would be, by the way, delicious with shrimp. It'd be great with chicken. So good. Great with veggies. And then we're going to do a little lime zest and lime juice. And then we're going to do some fresh ginger. I've got my grater out, a little honey. We can put some garlic in there. And then I'm going to reserve a little bit of the marinade and add the fish to that and coat it and let it marinate. And then I'm going to combine those veggies. And I am going to marinate those. And then I'm going to put those in the bottom of a piece of parchment paper, right on the bottom. I'm going to put a piece of fish on top, add more mushrooms. And then I'm going to tie it. I'm going to bake it for about 15 minutes. And then ta-da, right? So why don't we make the marinade first? And then I'm going to cook some rice for you as well. And while the fish marinates, we'll prep the veggies and the rice will be cooking, and this meal will come together really quickly, okay? So I anticipate we'll spend about an hour together tonight. So if you have questions as we go, of course, I'll answer them at the end, and I will answer them as I go if that works as well, okay? So, this is my rice that if you're cooking any rice, I had a cup of rice that I rinsed first. A lot of rices, they recommend rinsing it in cool water, letting it soak for a few minutes to rinse off that extra starch, which I've already done, okay? So my rice will be ready to go. But first, I just need the rest of my ingredients for my marinade. So I've got my liquids here. I'm going to move this table back for you guys, okay? So here is my piece of fish, and I bought about a half a pound, okay? This was, I think, $13 or $14. So you can see it is not inexpensive. Good fish that is good for the environment as well. But if you were to order this in a restaurant, this would probably be a $40 recipe, right? With a half a pound of fish. They would serve you probably 4 ounces. I was doing double just to show you, but this would be a $30 to $40 entree. So if you cut this in half and it's like $7 a piece, it's not too bad. And it is just so flippin' delicious. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just zest my lime juice directly into my bowl, okay? And then I'm gonna cut the lime juice. I'm gonna cut the little cheeks like I like to do because I think you get more juice out of it that way. Victoria, you can cook chicken in parchment. You're just not gonna get any color on the chicken. So if you don't mind that, it's fine, but it's gonna be very, very pale. So totally depends. I prefer to roast my chicken in the oven so I get some color on it on the outside. But this would be a really, if you were like wanting to make chicken salad and you don't care, you just want your chicken to be juicy, this could work really well. I'm tempted to use my new Nakano knife that I just got, but it's so sharp, I don't want to do something foolish. Okay, I'm just going to squeeze my lime juice directly into my bowl here. I wish I could show you guys my dishes from everything else I've done today, because I've cooked so much. I'll have to show you some of what I've done in a little bit while we're waiting for everything else to cook. It's kind of out of control around here. And then I'm using my new glass from Pottery Barn that I got from the collaboration between Pottery Barn and my friend Aisha Curry, her brand Sweet July. They just launched a new line, and I've got all of her barware back here that is beautiful. So this kitchen has been put to good use today, and I'm just getting started. Okay, so I need that. I need a squeeze of honey. I'm just gonna, I think it says 2 teaspoons. I'm just gonna go like this. Do. Sounds good to me. Looks good to me. And then let's get a whisk. I'm just gonna whisk this up because the honey is a little thicker compared to everything else, right? And then we're gonna grate, and watch this. I'm gonna squeeze the, oh no, I'm gonna squeeze the rest of that lime juice into my water. Hello. Yummy. Let's get this ugly plastic out of the way so we can see what we're up against for our veggies too, which are going to be beautiful. And don't tell anybody, I'm going to roast a ton of other vegetables too tonight. I'm going to just go crazy. I bought all these veggies for myself this week, and I haven't been able to eat them all, so I'm just going to roast them all off with our yummy marinade. It's going to be great. Okay, ginger, folks. We're going to talk about grating ginger. So the skin, can you see that? The skin is not anything we want to eat. So there are a couple ways you can do this. You can pull it off like this. You can also use a spoon to scrape it off, which works really nicely. Watch this. I've shown you this before, but this is kind of a really knobby piece. So it needs to be a little bit bigger for this to work well. And I should have a smaller spoon. But if you're diligent, you can pull at it with the tip of the spoon and it'll come off, right? But if it is pretty much cut, like if most of the flesh is exposed, you can put a microplane to it and it's going to be just fine. So the skin actually stays kind of on the microplane, right? So I'm just going to do this right into, again, why bother dirtying another dish? How much ginger do we want? It says a tablespoon. I'm just going to eyeball it. I love ginger. So if I have too much, I'm not going to worry about it. In fact, though, I'm going to just cut this off because this is going to be an easier piece to grab like that. And it's catching the fibers part on top, right? So only the good stuff's going to go in from the bottom. Can you see that? That's all the stuff that's going to go in. That's the fancy term for it. Chrissy, I think you should keep that handle. Okay. So we have got that. I think I'm only missing my garlic. And my garlic, I used so much in my salsa last night. Let's see. I think that this is just going to have to be it for now. I have a couple tiny cloves, all right? So I'm just going to smash these. This knife's a little small for this, but I really don't want to dirty another knife. So I'm just going to smash that with my hand and peel the paper off of it, right? And then, like I always do, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it. And that's going to help me mince it because garlic is slippery. Chrissy, the best part is you can just change that handle whenever you want, but I like it. It's positive. upbeat, just like you. Okay, so in it goes, right? We're just trying to mince it enough so it really opens up that flavor of the garlic. And that'll be great. Oh my God, it smells amazing. It's so fragrant already. Yum. Okay, now I'm going to save some of this marinade for the fish, and the rest I'm going to use for the vegetables. So let's get the fish marinating in this, shall we? I'm going to put my book out of the way. I think I'm done with the microplane. Again, friends, cleaning as I go. Kind of. I will turn it and show you the sink. You'll laugh. But I used 5 pieces of Le Creuset today. No, 4. I used 4 pieces of Le Creuset because I insisted on cooking 30 pounds of chicken all at once. I grilled all of the tomatillos and everything last night for the salsa verde, and then today I just wanted to get the chicken cooked in it so I could freeze it and get it. It's just going to sit in that beautiful marinade until I defrost it in 10 days, and it's going to be delicious. So I'll show you what I've done. Okay. Oh, let's put the fish in that little bit of marinade I got. I want to put that, let's put it in a little bowl. Yeah, let's use one of these. So here's my piece of fish. You could certainly ask them to take the skin off for you. I did not, but on this, it could go either way. I've had it served with the skin on, and I like it. So all I'm trying to do is make sure that this fish is really well coated in here, okay? So I'm going to actually let it marinate that side down, right? So it says at least 20 minutes, which we're going short tonight because it's just me, but you could do this a couple hours ahead of time and it would be perfect, okay? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some vegetables and we're going to cut these up. I think it calls for green onions. I love it when I have to read my own recipes. Mushrooms, bok choy, and green onion whites in a bowl. Season with salt and pepper. Okay, delightful. Yeah, you could do this whole thing in advance, you guys. You could assemble them a couple hours in advance and it would be great, and keep them in the fridge and then just pop them in. But how do I tell you to do the green onions? I'm kind of curious that I did this. Thinly sliced, dark green parts reserved for garnish. Here's what I want to do though. We're going to change it up tonight, folks. Okay. Normally I would just like, oh la la la, slice them on the bias. I'm going to take the ends off. We're going to save the green parts for later. But look what we're going to do. We're going to cut them lengthwise, and they're going to be sexy. They're going to look so good. If there are any kind of like slimy parts, like if there are any parts that are bad, just pull them back, right? Peel off the ones that you don't like. That's as simple as that needs to be. That's for the fish. Okay, we're going to do this. Can you see this? Oh, let me pull it back. The beauty of, this is the beauty of doing this myself, right? You guys, every time, like today, I cooked so much, and I love this so much. And Caitlin was supposed to be here today, and then I realized we've done so much cooking, I didn't need her to come. But then I was like, oh, you know what I want? I just want someone to come in like an hour before and do all of my prep and organization for me and set up the camera. That sounds so silly, but it's the computer stuff too that bugs. Okay, so see how you can do them lengthwise and they'd be really pretty? You cut them on the bias if you want it to look all fancy, right, in the parchment. So we'll do that. And then for the mushroom, I eat pretty much the whole king trumpet except the very base. You guys know how I feel about these. They're like steak. I love them so much. They're like $9.99 a pound, sometimes less. Compared to shiitake and some of the others, they're very reasonably priced, and they are a phenomenal replacement for meat. So if you want to eat purely vegetarian, you could do this dish and just roast the vegetables in parchment like you would with the fish, and it would be outstanding. Okay, that's plenty. I'm making this just for myself. I've already overdone it, right? Okay, so I'm going to put like that much in. And then we need, oh, bok choy. Guess what? I had already cut some up for myself for this week. And so Where did I put that in my delightful mess? Let's see. Hello, bok choy. It's probably directly in front of me like it always is. It's, oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. There it is. So I already washed it. I cut the bottoms off, and then it's got the leafy green parts, right? And then I just chopped it kind of crosswise. So I have these big, beautiful pieces of bok choy. And this is going to wilt down, right? So what I want to do is marinate. I'm going to put these veggies right in here. Woo, yummy. And I'm going to let the mushrooms hang out in there. And I'm going to let the green onions hang out a little bit. You know what? I'm going to use my hands because it's just moi, little old me, to kind of just turn these ingredients in here and let them hang out in the marinade, okay? And then I'm going to take them out to build our beautiful fish and parchment. And I'm actually going to use this marinade again for this asparagus and other vegetables I have over there because I have so much veggie that needs to be cooked off tonight. I'm just going to make it a veggie train in my oven. Okay, so onward. Let me clean this up a little bit. If any of you need a second to take a break or refill a glass, please do. Just going to wipe down my station, as they say. And then we'll build our delightful dinner. I'm also going to start my rice. So let me talk about the rice real fast. We'll get that going. Anybody have any questions while we do this? No, we're good. It's nice to see all of you, to pretend see all of you. I really had fun cooking on Instagram with people last night as well. Lots of you were on, but then some new people too. It's always fun to have some new people join us. And if you need to give a gift to anybody for Mother's Day and you'd like to give them the gift of House of Haas, I hope you will. It would be so fun to have some new people join us. Again, you can do it by the month. And we've made the instructions for how to cancel clearer at the bottom of the frequently asked questions. So if you just want to join for a month or two, you can. Water makes me so happy. Let's talk about rice. I love real rice. I know it's kind of out of style because everybody's eating coconut rice. I'll do coconut rice where you grate the coconut, but sometimes rice is just good. And with this amazing marinade, this is going to be extra good. So here's what I've done. I took the rest of the can of coconut milk that I used a 1/4 cup of it for the marinade, right? And then I put the rest of the can in here. And I'm going to melt this along with a little bit of chicken stock, which I have out. You could certainly use water. I just happen to have chicken stock. And then I'm also going to put a little salt in there, right? My chicken stock is not very seasoned at all. Let me grab, that's just the marinade cup. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to take a little bit out of my chicken stock, which is back here, and put it right in here. Oh, homemade stock. You know how I feel about it. I used it to cook all of my chicken for our community event too. I used homemade chicken stock combined with homemade salsa verde to braise the chicken thighs. Yum. Okay, so I've got that. I'm just going to bring that to a boil, and then I'll stir in my rice, reduce it, and let it simmer for about 15 to 18 minutes. And while that cooks, we'll be cooking the fish. It's that easy. Isn't that fun? So this is a really, really simple recipe to pull off. And one of the reasons why I like it so much, you get so much bang for your buck with flavor, and it feels to me kind of like restaurant food, you know, like fancy, especially if you want to do packets for each guest. This is a big piece of fish. Like I said, this is actually 2 portions. So I'm going to cook it all as one piece because let's roll the dice, shall we? And let me think about this because I have so much vegetable. You know, there are a couple of ways you can do this. You can fold it up like this and you twist it like a Tootsie Roll, which I like to do. Or you could do the classic method where you do it in half and you go around. I think that one's actually harder to execute. So I'm going to go with my gut here, and I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to put a bunch of veggie down right here in the middle. Stunning. We eat with our eyes. So let's make a little bed. Actually, let's get really specific about this. I'm going to put a mushroom on the bottom, so it's literally a bed, and go from here. Just trying not to get my ring in the mix there. And then let's take this beautiful piece of fish. We'll put it skin side down. Okay, it's okay to drizzle a little more marinade over it. Yum, because that's just going to become the liquid. Oh, yum. I'm so excited about this. It's kind of crazy. And then we're going to take a little bit more vegetable. I'll show you all of this before I wrap it, okay? Sprinkle it on top. Stunning. This is what I would call calculated casual. It looks fancy, even though it's not hard to do, right? You guys, but it's so fat. Here, let's see if I can pull this off. Okay, here goes nothing, okay? So I'm going to pull up both sides. I've totally overdone it. I'm not surprised. And I just need to fold it. So I just need to get a crease here on top where the paper can fold over itself at least once to create a seal, right? Oh, I did it. Okay. Look at that. This is so satisfying. You know why? It's like making a burrito. I want to work at Chipotle and make the biggest burritos that are the most compact. My son's friend works there, and so now he's managed to get like quadruple chicken in a burrito when his friend is working, and it makes me laugh so hard. But look at it. It's a masterpiece. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 15 minutes and then cook my rice. And oh my gosh, it's going to come together all at once. Isn't that fabulous? In we go. And then I'm going to show you what else I'm going to roast off. Okay, timer. Okay, let's also get some more vegetables over here. Oh my gosh, there's so much. You guys, I have so much. I guess I'll just start with some more mushrooms and some asparagus first, right? Because I did all of this veggie prep for a really clean week of eating here. And it's been a great week, but I underestimated how much I'd be eating of the food I'm cooking, you know, like tasting for other things. Because I'm also doing 2 charity dinners next Monday and Tuesday night for groups of 10 people each night. And then I've got 150 people the following Saturday. So I did all this veggie meal prep for myself this week, and now I've kind of overdone it. So let's get the rice on, and I'll show you everything else that I'm prepping. Rice is going to go into the simmering coconut milk and chicken stock with a little salt. Stir it, cover it, and then I'm going to throw in some chopped cilantro at the end. If you're cilantro averse, like so many people, don't sweat it. Totally cool. We understand. You could use another herb, parsley, mint, basil, Thai basil, whatever you like. I just want to make sure that's barely simmering, okay? Can you guys see it? I don't know if that helps a little, doesn't it? Okay. So now I'm going to get some more vegetables ready for roasting, and I'm going to use those great parchment sheets that I see you guys talking about. Yes, mine are off of Amazon as well. They're just like some generic company. It doesn't even have the name of that brand on it, but I'm going to fold this in half because this is just a little baby roasting pan I'm using. And do this. It just makes it so much easier to clean things up, right? So I can either like completely marinate these like an adult, or I can put them on the sheet and just drizzle everything over them like I would typically do. So watch this. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, I cannot wait to show you my sink. You guys will crack up. The joke is I did a lot of the dishes before we started, but I just ran out of time as I needed to shower and get ready. So let's see if these will fit this way. It doesn't really matter. We could do them lengthwise too. And I'm crowding this a little bit, but I'm kind of into this pan. So normally you want to have enough space, right? Well, let's do them this way and see. So that the air can circulate nicely and they roast more than they steam. This marinade has some sugar in it because I used coconut aminos instead of tamari, which is sweeter, but it's similar. It can sub for tamari if you want. I used all of my tamari in a recipe I did last night for that chicken that I did on Instagram. And so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to drizzle the marinade over here. And we're going to just kind of like smush it around in here, okay? This is going to be delicious. Yum, yum, yum. And why not just put the rest of the veggies on here too? This is gorgeous. You know what? I'll bet you money this ends up being one of those things that's so beautiful. It's like a new recipe and I didn't even mean to write it. It wrote itself, inspired by my House of Haas attendees. Oops, I got to turn my rice down. I'm glad I caught it because there's nothing worse than all of that water or the coconut milk spilling over the side of the pan and then it kind of bakes on, right? And you're scrubbing away. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to get the marinade out of the way. And then, excuse me while I wash my hands again. So that's going to be delicious. And this is just kind of like a, as I like to say, a gift with purchase, right? A little extra something. Let me see if there's room in the oven for it right now. I don't know what shelf I have the fish on. Oh yeah, you can fit it in. Pop it in there real fast. And so that would actually be if you're wanting to bulk up the dinner, you know, or if, let's say you just wanted to do the fish and a really simple vegetable preparation in there, and then you wanted to serve some veggies on the side, you could certainly do this. You could just roast them separately like I'm doing. And you'd have another beautiful vegetable dish that you can do on the side. But the thing that's going to be cool about this is that you can serve a packet of parchment paper on each person's plate, and then you open it up and it's beautiful, right? And so you can either do that or you can put the rice on the plate. And you can bring the parchment packets to the table if you're that formal, right? And you can open one and show people, and then you kind of like pour it all out onto a serving of the rice. Either way, it's stunning. And so I can't believe this, how simple this recipe is to do, right? The fact that we're waiting on it now just to cook. But Michael, you're right, those pre-cut parchment papers are a game changer, and they fit a quarter sheet pan exactly. So they're wonderful. And yes. Okay, cool. Let's see if I missed a question. Oh, will I be doing cooking on the Bali trip? Do you guys want to talk about Bali? Caroline, the answer is yes. And so we are so close to finalizing the trip and putting it on sale. And for all of you who signed up on the wait list, you will have a week to sign up if you'd like to join us in Bali before we open it up to anybody else. So currently we're thinking 30 people in total. If there are more than that, they can accommodate it. We were just kind of doing a test. And so if you sign up after we send you the email to the people who are on the waiting list, you save probably $200 or $250 on the total trip. And I have to say, you guys, this is pricing out to be very reasonable for what you get. So we are literally, Sara Franti, whose resort it is finalizing the prices for us. But it is going to be called the Vibrant Life Experience. So it's going to be based off the book that we're cooking from tonight. And so it's going to incorporate the food. It's going to incorporate yoga, meditation, breath work, other movement. And so, yes, there's going to be a ton of cooking. But what I think we're going to do is it's a beautiful resort where you can explore, you can take day trips, you can go into town. They're going to take us on a couple of field trips, and everything is optional, but it's included in the price of the week, right? So you get Saturday, Sunday, you get 7 nights accommodation in Bali at this beautiful resort. And then we'll probably do what we did last time. You do like brunch after yoga or breath work at like 10 a.m. It's like a brunch lunch. And then we do dinner as well. So you get like 2 really big meals every day. But because it's a restaurant as well, if you want to go down, they have these beautiful fruit smoothies or freshly pressed juice every day. You can do those anytime you want as well. So there will be some sort of movement every morning along with meditation and or breath work. And then I'll be offering something around the culinary piece every day. So I'll probably do 2 hands-on demonstrations where you can participate or you can just sit back and watch and taste the food. And then I'll probably do 2 to 3 different lectures. And then we'll probably bring in a chef one night, a Balinese chef to cook with us. And then we're going to go out to a local restaurant in Ubud one night that is very reflective of kind of the plant-focused movement, let's say, right? So not completely vegetarian, but very plant-focused, plant-forward, as we'd say. We're probably also taking a field trip to the water temples, which I found to be one of the most amazing things I've ever done. It was, I didn't know anything about the culture and the history of Bali and the Balinese people, but it was spectacular. And they were having a ceremony while we were there. So we got to sit and observe this beautiful ceremony as well and learn about all of it. We also do the first night they do a cultural dinner. So you build a mandala of flowers and they talk about what that means and what it signifies. And then the last night you have this huge ceremony where you burn all of the flowers, you make your wishes and you talk about your dreams for yourself, right? And you hang it on there and then they burn it. It's like a beautiful fire. And then there's time to go into Ubud. You can go, I mean, there's so much I didn't do last time, but yes, it's going to be very food focused because it is the vibrant life. But every day, and you get a spa treatment included with it as well, but you can make other appointments in their beautiful spa. And there's just going to be so much to do where you can be as active as you want or as relaxed as you want. And there will be enough time every day where if you want to go into town, if you want to go explore other parts of the island, if you want to go to the monkey forest that's literally in the center of town, it's hilarious. There's a healer I want to go back to that they recommend, and they arrange the drivers for that. There's just so much. There's a bike tour, there's river rafting, and I didn't get to do either of those last time, so I cannot wait to go back and try some of those things as well. Okay, so yes, but lots of food, of course, and the food there and the cooks that they have, the chef they have on property is spectacular, very clean and vegetable forward, I should say. But I will definitely be leading a lot around food because it's going to be based on kind of what we talk about here and how food really can affect our health so much. And so a lot of this style of cooking, right? So I can't wait to see who comes. We'll open it up to everyone in House of Haas a week after the wait list, right? Because I want to make sure, what if everybody from the wait list actually wants to go? We would sell out immediately. We have more people on the wait list than spots right now. So we'll see how that goes. If they don't fill up, then we will extend it to all of House of Haas members, okay? You could do that as well. They do serve alcohol there, and there are no rules about that. Oh, that's the other thing, you guys, because Michael Franti, the musician, is one of the owners. They have this beautiful outdoor area that's covered, right? So it's like a bar / music space. It's got a stage. Oh, we'll do karaoke one night, which is so fun. And they have tables, so they have concerts at night. They'll bring in music for us some nights. Other nights we can just relax out there. But there's plenty of drinking if you want it. But the thing I loved is that their non-alcoholic drinks are spectacular as well. Like they're served to you in like a brand fresh coconut, right? And so like super hydrating, beautiful things, and they make fresh juices. And so you can drink wine, you can drink hard alcohol, you can drink juice, you can do whatever you want. So it's a pretty fabulous place to go restore yourself, I should say, right? I'm going to try to go a little earlier, still a little late this time, stay a little late because it is a really long trip. I don't know why I didn't think it was that bad. It's if you go through Singapore from the West Coast here, it's 17 hours there and about 14 and a half back. And then you have a layover and then it's like a 2-hour flight, right? A lot of people go through Taipei. Some people went through Hong Kong. So you can break it up, and go stay somewhere else to start, which is probably a better idea because it took us like 30 hours or 32 hours to get there because one of our flights was delayed. And so we missed a flight. It was just kind of nutty, right? But it was fun. It was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the Singapore airport. I've talked about it a lot, and I would totally go back through Singapore. you can definitely extend the trip because the airfare is your own to book. And so the other thing is that they can arrange for drivers to get you at the airport, Michael, or take you anywhere on the island when it's done. So the thing is about Ubud or about Bali is that the beaches where people like to go, traffic is really bad because all of the streets are like single or barely double 2-lane, right? And so even though you feel like you're kind of removed, you go out onto the street and it's like there are always cars going around because the roads are so tiny. And so it takes a while to get down to the beaches, even though the distance is not far at all. It's kind of like living in the Bay Area that way. So I didn't even go to stay at the beaches where people love to go, but a lot of people who went with us went on and stayed at the beaches. Some people went to Thailand, a couple people went to Vietnam first. Some other people went back and stayed in Singapore. So once you get all the way out there, you know, it's kind of, it's kind of worth continuing to explore. So you can extend it any way you want. You just pay for the part of the trip that we'll be selling online at Soulshine, but my website, I'll kick you to that. And you're basically just purchasing the package for 7 nights with everything included that we share with you on the site. So activities, 2 huge meals a day. And like most places, you pay for your own alcohol, of course. And then you pay for any extra things like the healer, if you want to go to the healer, if you want extra spa appointments on top of the one we get you, you pay for it. They sell beautiful things there too. And then if you want to do any extra things like river rafting or any other activities like that, you pay for it. And they can always get you a driver, which is so nice. And it's very inexpensive. Like when I got my total bill for the week on top of what, when we were just buzzing in and out and stuff, I was very surprised at how reasonable everything is. It's very inexpensive as an expat, right? It's not inexpensive if you're born and raised there, but that's just how it goes in so many countries, right? Okay, that is to check the fish, which means the rice probably has a couple minutes left. And if you guys are thinking about joining us, it's March 2nd through March 9th next year, and I cannot wait. I'm bringing someone with me, and I'm very excited to announce who that's going to be because this said person is also a phenomenal show. So you're like getting an extra bonus with all of this. Yeah, exactly. You know what the funny part is though? I mean, we went all that way and this time I only went for 7 days and it still felt worth it. The only thing I didn't appreciate was the jet lag on the way back was brutal for me. I just kept wanting to go to bed at like 6 o'clock every night for weeks. And so even though it was very easy for me to adjust to the time going there, I feel like if you're going to go that far, I mean, you could go to Australia or New Zealand, right? You fly above it to get there and you keep going. So, ooh, yummy sticky rice smells amazing. I'm going to get the fish out. That rice is perfect. I just turned the heat off of it. Oh, yum. Let me get something to land this on that is not hot. And because my son made me this little cutting board. So cute. I love it. That was his advanced cutting board in his 2nd year of wood shop, I think. Gotta love middle school. Oh yeah, and those other veggies. Yum! This whole thing is a big fat success, friends. I'll be right back. Let me get a plate for that. Let me get the other veggies out. These are done. Wow. Oh my gosh, these are spectacular. These are so good. I cannot wait to taste these as well. Okay. Can you see all, yeah, you can't see all the cookware I used for the chicken situation today. And then let's get this plate. I'm going to move this. I'm going to plate this whole thing, this packet on this fun plate. Actually, I need 2 plates for this. 1 second. Because one, we just want to get this out of the way for right now. And then let me get this out of the way. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I'm going to keep roasting veggies. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy. I have so much. It's kind of crazy. Okay, I'm turning that back on. And then, hopefully this is done. Because it's such a large piece of fish, I'm curious. Oh, but it is gorgeous. The thing is, I'm checking it, and you can kind of tell because if you were to put a knife in it, which I'm about to do, yeah, it should be able to kind of, actually, it needs about 2 minutes. It should be able to be easily inserted in there, right? If it gets stuck, it means it's not cooked. And this is a fish we want to cook through. So actually, I take it all back. We're going to put the little baby back in the oven. The sheet pan is still in the oven, so I'm going to move it to that, okay? And then, whoop, I let a little bit of the juice out. But in the meantime, we can plate. Oh, let's put some cilantro in this. Like I said, if you don't like cilantro, that is fine by me, friends. This is a judgment-free herb zone. But I'm going to chop a little. Let's get a little bit of this. I'm going to turn my camera down again. Okay, there we go. I'm sad Charlie just left to go to his dad's, but my other son is home next week for the summer, which I'm so excited about, and he is so excited to eat my food. He's not very picky at all. So that will be a blast. Okay. I'm just taking off the cilantro leaves. Frankly, like for the salsa verde I just made last night, I left a lot of the stems on. I just took off the thickest parts of them, but I blended everything up because the stems are pretty tasty. Like this thin, can you guys see that? You're okay with it, okay? But let's just mince a little bit of this up to put into the rice. All right, chop, chop, chop. I really do hope you mothers out there are not cooking on Sunday. Please tell me that you're hands off. And whether you're going out or someone's cooking for you, that you just take it as an actual day off. Unless you tell me that you never cook and you insist on it, which is fine, but I do not believe you should have to do any dishes. Okay, cilantro rice. Yummy. Oh my gosh, this is so fragrant. You know what else would be great in this is lime zest. So let's do this. Just get a little bit of, I'm getting more than I need because I want to show you the cilantro, but I'll just add more cilantro to it. And then I'm going to plate this with some of the veggies on the side because I have all this asparagus too. So why don't we put some on here? And excuse my fingers. So this is just going to add a little more variety to the plate, right? Things look better in odd numbers. So we're going to just do exactly that. Oh, you guys, this is stunning. So far, so beautiful. And now we wait. We wait a few more minutes for this gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I'm going to marinate some cauliflower in the rest of this marinade. Yum, yum, yum. How lucky are we? Christy, I want to know how yours is going. Patience, patience, patience. I get it, Michael. I definitely get it. Did anyone lose connection? Huh. Sorry, Loretta, that's a bummer. Did you have decent Wi-Fi or is it a locational thing? I'm just going to clean up again, guys. If you could see the mess. Okay. All right. I can't tell you what our June class is. Does anybody else remember? Because it's all up on the website now. You know, you can access all of that. the whole year. And then if I add any classes on top of that, we'll share those with you. Oh, and we're doing a Q&A here on Saturday. And I was thinking I had a topic for that. Shoot, what was it going to be? I know we're going to do a stone. Thanks, KQ. I know we're going to do a stone fruit class because we talked about crisps and cobblers and all of those things in that last Q&A. So we'll do that for sure. This summer, we'll add that, but I cannot remember. Was June about grilling? It might have been, right? Because I love a good grill, and I got another Traeger today, but that one's being donated to Oakland for the project I'm working on. So it's hilarious because there's another Traeger at my house right now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Traegers right now, and a 6th. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. So yeah, that is silly. Very silly. Oh, I'm glad you could see KQ. You can't really see them right now. I just realized too. It's being blocked by all the ingredients I'm using for this event. And also, if you guys saw, this is my friend Bricia's beautiful new book that just came out. Asada, The Art of Mexican Style Grilling. She lives in Los Angeles. She has a Mexican restaurant there. And it's remarkable. And so I made her, this is the salsa verde I made last night to cook for everyone at this event. And I got to tell you, it was hot as you know what, spicy. Woo! She uses Serranos. I never use Serrano chilies. And I used like half. And boy, was it spicy. Spicy, spicy. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going for it now, no matter what. Let's put it. Woo, that's hot, 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 hot. Sorry, guys. Let's do this. My towel. Let's do this. You got to get creative. Let's move this over to here because it's so juicy. I let some of the juice out, but you'll get the gist. I'm going to put that juice right here. Okay, now let's just open this up. I'm going to show you the finished product here. Woo! That is so hot. You have to be really careful. Some of the juice just spilled onto me. Not my best look. Gorgeous, you guys. The wilted veggies and then all of the juices. Can you see that? I'm about to put it on the other plate so you can. Let me be a little bit smarter and use a spoon to get this out. I mean, I really should just take half of this fish out because, oh yeah, oh wow, it's so flaky. Oh, it's beautiful. I just cut it. Whoop, never mind. Now I am doing half of it because I just cut it and it just like fell to pieces in the best way possible. So mushrooms, a lot of this juice, jus, and yummy, yummy. I kind of want people to be able to see the fish, right? And that piece of bok choy is too big. So what I'd probably do is just garnish it with a little bit more lime zest or cilantro. But you guys, this is like an all-star dinner. Even without the asparagus, that was just a little bonus, right? Because I had it. I'm careful to not let my food look swampy. Excuse my fingers, but again, it's just pour moi, right? Wow, this is stunning. And I can't wait to try it. Let's clean up the rim of the plate for you like a professional. Let's get a little bit more greenery around this side. I'm getting very serious here. A little more bok choy. Stunning. You could also serve these family style on a platter. So do a huge thing of rice on the bottom and then put the pieces of fish and drizzle all the veggies and the juice over the top, and it would be spectacular. Okay, I know that this is literally smoking hot, so I'm going to give it a second before I try it. But look at that amazing meal, you guys, that came together so quickly. Wasn't that fast? Temperature salads and picnic fare. Yes. Yes, thank you, KQ. That's right. we worked ahead planning those. And so I forgot that I haven't done that class yet. Caitlin and I wrote it all up. Oh yeah, I'll also cover some great ideas for grilled items to add to your backyard barbecue. Yeah, the cobbler pie class will probably come. Well, we'll just see. My schedule is getting a little bit wackadoodle for the summer. And then before I blink, the book's going to be out. And we had a promotional call about that this week, or was that last week? Was that this week, you guys? It's all a blur. Monday, Tuesday? And I'm super excited. It's going to be phenomenal. This book is going to be amazing, and it's going to be so much fun. Okay, do you think I should dig in? I'll scoot back so you can see it. I feel like that my mouse is here, along with my pretty glass. You guys, the thing is about cooking fish in parchment, it is just so tender and flaky, especially if you do like a halibut that has very little fat in it. It's so fantastic to do it in parchment because it'll steam it. If you do it on the grill, you have to be so cautious about how long you cook it. Otherwise, it can get dry really quickly. This meal is one of my favorite recipes that I've ever made. And I'm not exaggerating. And I only marinated that fish for what, 15, 20 minutes. If you let it go a little bit longer, it would, of course, have more flavor. It is. And then the coconut rice, just a bite of the coconut rice with the extra coconut. You can taste the lime zest in this, which is shocking to me. I forgot how good this recipe is. But this is so good for you, too. This is crazy. Hold on. Yum. I would definitely use this as a marinade for chicken. I would just then roast or grill the chicken instead of putting it in parchment. But the flavor profile is amazing. I'm not kidding when I say I think this is one of my favorite recipes of all time. I knew I loved it, but I'd kind of forgotten. Michael, I would love to come to Portland. I have friends up there. The thing about book tours is that they're kind of paid for by the author. So I have friends in a lot of cities. And it's more about like if there's a place that wants to host you, right? Then you make it happen. I think I might come to Portland. I'm not making any promises yet. And I love Bob's Red Mill, and I love Powell's. Powell's is amazing. We'll announce the bookstore we're using here in San Francisco too. It's kind of like a slam dunk if you're a culinary person. And New York, and maybe Nashville. I'll go anywhere where people really want me, where I can be hosted. But the other thing is too that the publicity, Los Angeles will be a big one. The publicity is kind of what drives it, because if you get booked on events, then you have to show up for those things first, right? For TV. So you kind of wait until the last minute. And then if you get locked in for television stuff, then you can start booking dates. And then I can always come back after the book comes out and do an event somewhere too. So it doesn't all have to be exactly when the book comes out. And I'll be in Florida the week after the book comes out, or 2 weeks after. So I might try to pull off Miami, which I think would be so fun. I've never been to Miami. And that would be amazing, right? I would love to go there. It's a great food city. And I have a couple of chef friends who are chefs in Miami. So stay tuned for that. I don't want to eat all of this in front of you because I feel that that's terribly rude. But does anybody look at that? I said an hour and it's 6 p.m. on the nose. Vegas, Chrissy, I told you, I texted your husband this afternoon because of this thing that we're coming to Vegas for, to see if he knew anything about it. I'll share that with you. It's kind of a sport thing. It's hilarious. It's only for my children when I do this, but I will be there, and then I will be back for you too at some point, of course. And I might do an event there because of my dear friend Michael Mina, the chef, who moved his entire operation to Las Vegas. So he has beautiful restaurants here in the Bay Area and around the world, but he has a ton in Las Vegas. So Caroline, if I can, I want to come to Canada. My Canadian customers are the best. And so, yeah, I would love to come to your neck of the woods. Wouldn't that be fun? Can we host in one of your shops? I'll just bring a bunch of books. No, they'll sell the book in Canada, and also they're selling it in Europe, it looks like. And so bring it on Paris and London. That's my goal for next spring, because I think it goes on sale in Europe in December. So that's super exciting. That's a new thing for me. So I can't wait for that. If I get to go to Europe just in the name of my book, I'd be delighted. So basically, I've told my kids if I get to go to any of those fun places, they're just not going to school next year. They're going to just come with me. Their senior year of high school and their junior year of college. They're just going to come to Europe. They want to go to Bali, and I can't decide if that's a good idea or not because I'm working, right? It's like I'm working while I'm there, but since my other friend is coming with me, if I can get him to bring his daughter, they could all tool around the island together and have a blast. But I don't know if that's going to work out. We'll just have to wait and see. So more to come on all of that. And yes, can't wait to see my son. Thank you. Let's go Warriors tomorrow night, right? I have such a hard time watching those games on television. I get so worked up and stressed out. And so last night I tuned in for like 5-10 minutes in the first half. And then I watched the last 2/3 of the last quarter of the fourth quarter. I have a hard time watching, but let's see what happens there. And I'll be rooting for them no matter what. And guys, have somebody make this for you. Or Chrissy, tell me how yours turns out tonight. I'm in love. I'm totally in love with it. Oh, and by the way, if sea bass is not available where you are, or it's not MSC certified, it's this little, you'll see the label. It's a little blue fish outline. That is the Marine Stewardship Council. So you know that it is being farmed or fished responsibly and that they're not wiping out certain fish species with your dinner. You could use halibut for this. You could certainly use salmon for this. You can use any other fishes, thinner fish like tilapia or cod would absorb that marinade really quickly and get mushy. So I would not marinate it for long if you're doing that, and you would cook it for like no time, right? For like 6 minutes. Okay, Chrissy. Yeah, mine took about 18 minutes because it was such a thick piece of fish. And I know the recipe says 15, so give yourself a couple more minutes. Just make sure you wrap it up tightly again, okay? But I want a full report. And everyone, as always, thank you for hanging out with me here at House of Haas. Spread the word. Link cod is delicious. We would love to have more customers/guests here at House of Haas. And like I said, it's very clear now if you go into the frequently asked questions at the bottom how you cancel after a month. So if somebody just wants to join for a month and check it out, they can certainly do that. We would love to have them, okay? And happy Mother's Day if I don't see you here on Saturday for our Q&A. Okay, everybody have a terrific one. I'm going to steal one more bite. Oopsie, that's a big bite. Can I do it? It's like spaghetti, but it's a green onion. That was the never-ending bite. That's what I get for eating in front of you. So rude. Have a great one. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.